This is WTTTCS, the hard news, coming right at you.
Giving me some of that good stuff.
Well, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Are you looking for it? Are you looking for it? You'll hear it from me.
Good stuff, baby.
Do you want it? Do you know how to get it? That good stuff, baby.
Good stuff. I got sincerity that's bona fide and a heart so fine, certified. So let your good stuff rain down on me. Your dang good stuff that's true and tried.
Good evening, and welcome to Art for the Silly. I'm your host, Assorted. And today we have with us several artists who are of, shall we say, questionable talent. But then again, this is Art for the Silly, and therefore they belong with us. Here we have Mr. Clifford Rockwell. His name originally wasn't Rockwell, but he changed it when he discovered that he was the illegitimate son of American illustrator Norman Rockwell. Clifford.
Yes.
When did you discover you were the illegitimate son of Norman Rockwell?
Well, I was about 7 years ago. I was down in school. I was studying for my master's in rotor-rooter technology.
Challenging field.
Yes, very demanding course of study. And as I was down there in school, one night after taking too many of a certain illegal substance, which I can't mention on the air,
Of course not.
I slipped into a dreamlike state. And while in that state, I had a revelation. I had a vision of myself standing in a pure white room. So white, in fact, that the gleaming walls, I could not tell the walls where the walls ended and the floor and the ceiling began.
A feeling I've come to hate myself.
Yes, as have I. And while I was in this room, suddenly before me appeared a vision. A vision that of course changed the course of my life. I saw floating before me a ghostly pair of glasses, shaped much like these, much like the great Norman Rockwell's, but immediately beneath them, a pipe, hovering in the air, hovering, floating, and I reached out to grab them, to possess them, and they vanished, and in their place, a palette and a paintbrush. Immediately the next morning, I withdrew from school and went to City Hall, had my name changed from Clifford Finkelstein to Clifford Rockwell, and have since begun to carry on his style of artwork and illustration.
But where do you get this, that you're his son?
Just from the vision, an overpowering sense of cosmic unity. When I uttered the words Norman Rockwell, and especially the last name Rockwell, that
just says Daddy.
It's I feel a sense of who I am, of complete and utter peace with myself and with the universe.
I see. Well, apparently you brought some of your work with you. Perhaps we could see that.
Certainly. I brought some of my earlier pieces before striking out on my own. I'm trying to familiarize myself with the Rockwell style of painting and illustration. The first one, of course, anyone who's ever been involved in the scouting movement, the Boy Scouts of America, knows that Norman Rockwell did many dozens upon dozens of scout-themed paintings. So this was one of my earlier attempts at copying one of his paintings. I the title eludes me at the moment, but shows a scout leader showing young boys something off to the right.
Very good technique, actually, Al.
Thank you.
You can barely tell that it was traced.
Exactly. Now the second one is an ad that he did for a life insurance company. It shows a kindly Joe Pesci-like police officer sheltering a young boy from these two bullies. And you'll find, I found that there were many paintings that Mr. Rockwell did of young boys, and in striking out on my own and doing my own Norman Rockwell-esque paintings, I've taken this to its next logical extreme. That of boys dressed in women's clothing. Here I've taken one of my father's works, showing a group of young boys playing baseball, and you'll notice that instead of the baseball uniforms, they're wearing dresses. I'm very proud of this boy here holding the handbag. I think it's very clever. This is just a preliminary sketch. I will paint it in later. This is just to get a feeling for the characters, for the dimensions, for the...
Mr. Rockwell.
Yes?
I find this work to be loathsome and a disgusting perversion of the artwork that Norman Rockwell, who you claim to be your father, but in your deluded state probably would think that George Burns would be your father. This is disgraceful. This is not art. This is trash. Get off of my set now.
Could I interest you in perhaps modeling?
Leave.
I picked up this...
Leave now.
I picked up this lovely ship.
I do not want to leave, or you shall die horribly. And get this filth away with you. Sorry. The next guest is an artist, and I use that term rather loosely, who has some of his more interesting works to show us. Please welcome him. Welcome to the show. Sit down!
Sorry about that. I am Lieutenant Donato because I have done it.
We shall see. Now, you have some of your pieces to show us.
I have some pieces, yes I do. First I would like to show you my shoe. Shoes are new today in the art world.
This is a shoe.
I have completely captured the essence of the shoe.
Of course you have. It's a shoe. How could you not capture the essence of something that's already there?
It's there, but you see, I have...
There's nothing done with this at all. It's a shoe.
But shoes must be worn, they must be walked through, and I have captured the essence of walking through.
It's not hard to capture the essence of something that's already there. It's a shoe. It's a bloody shoe.
I don't like your shoes. Maybe you could develop on one of my shoes.
Get that bloody shoe out of my face. You said you had art. Let's see the art.
I also have some
shoe.
hair here, actually. I hair from the dog that bit me. I love the little bitty hair. So fine. So thin. It makes me feel like...
What qualifies this hair as art?
If you don't... those people here, they have hair, don't they? You must make art of what you see.
Yes, but it's...
And I see hair.
It's bloody hair.
Beautiful thing, fine hair.
This is not art, this bloody hair. What do? Shave that off of your girlfriend's back or something?
I told you it is hair from the dog that bit me.
Oh,
My
big difference. Get rid of the hair. You said you had art. I want to see art.
I'll show you two very nice pieces of art, and I have more to shoes.
Well, get on with it.
This piece of art,
It's a bloody bow tie. I want... Is this all you have for me? Is objects that you've taken from your home?
I also have...
Bloody...
Let me discuss my artwork.
Glasses.
Glasses for you.
Oh, this is pathetic. Get out of my sight. Freak! Bloody freak! As you can see, part of the city has gotten particularly silly, so I think we'll call this the end of our episode today. Join me next time when we learn Pablo's illegitimate cousin and Michelangelo's first boyfriend. I'm Alistair. Woohoo! We will see you next time if you dare tune in. Thank you.
No, I was really quite amazed by the technologies, the sophistication of this blade. Notice how the steel is folded over multiple times,
Right.
in layers.
Now that's very characteristic of the Toledo sword masters of this
Yes.
period. Now, as you can see here, it's very sharp, even after 3 centuries of disuse.
God, that's amazing, man.
Look at that.
All right, gentlemen,
You couldn't
we're
ask
ready
for
to
a
begin the seminar.
We'll discuss this later, Caleb.
Please take your seats, please. You know, as you know, I am Dr. Philip Palamander of the Department of Oriental Sciences.
Dr. Salamander. Exactly.
That Palamander.
Right, Salamander. Now,
As
exactly.
I was saying, I'm the head of the Department of Oriental Sciences, as you know, and this presentation has been brought about because a Dr. Migaway will be coming to visit us on his way to New Jersey. Now, he is an expert in Oriental Sciences, coming from the Orient himself, Hawaii, Australia, those regions, and so we'll be most delighted to hear what he has to say on Oriental Sciences and of these very artifacts that we have here at our present time.
Now, Dr. Calamay,
That's Palamander.
yes, if I could just interject something for a moment here.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
was very busy working on a lot of research over at the museum, and I resent the fact that I'm pulled away for this. I don't see any reason why I should be here right now. You have enough specialists as it is. I mean, Strathmore here is quite capable.
Strasbourg.
Oh, sorry, Strathen here is quite capable of handling this by himself.
What was your name, young man?
A killer.
In that case, Killer, I don't give a rat's ass.
Right, yes.
Now, we'll be continuing on from where I left off. Now,
And where exactly was that, Dr. Palama?
we're going to discuss some of these artifacts and await the arrival of Dr. Mikael, who I have not met.
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Dr. Mikael, I have not met him yet, but I hope that, yes, here's Dr. Mikael himself.
Oh yes, I've read Dr.
Please let him in. Hi, Dr. Mikael.
Dr. Minga Minga Minga.
Hi, Dr. Mahushka. Please come in, the door's open.
Was Dr. Minga 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 Boonga?
Could someone please get the door? Someone please get the door for Dr. Makaka.
Dr. Minga Minga Zing Zing Zang Zoom. How you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm a graduate student Keeler, and
Welcome, Professor. Don't listen to him. He's an incompetent brute.
Dr. Melcy, what an honor to meet you. I've read all of your books, sir.
I'm Dr. Philip Salamander,
truly a
head of
pleasure.
Oriental Sciences here at the Excrement University.
Excuse me, Doctor. Sorry. Didn't
Yes. Say just a handshake, and you know that you've become one of his kind, just like in your own. Please do have a seat,
Doctor, I have been
and
reading
you can let go. Everyone, gentlemen, please resign to your.
reading one of your articles the other day about
Gentlemen, please let
the
Mr.
artifacts.
McAcott get a word in edgeways. Take your seats, and we'll give him his questions. Take your seats, and we'll present him our questions. Do I make myself clear?
Dr. Minkelpool, I was wondering if you would sign this book for me. It would mean ever so much to me. Sign that book.
Oh, your manners, man. Please have a seat. Mr. McCarthy, what I tease him. You'll be able to stand.
Sorry, Dr. Pinkenschkaffen.
This is a 15th century original Gutenberg. You can't have him sign it. That's insane, man.
Why, it's so...
And be careful with the artifacts. Do I make myself clear?
Spitting on the table, Professor.
Crystal, Dr.
Thank you. Then let us continue. I'm sure Mr. McKee, hurry up, Cats, has much to share with us.
Yes, quite.
I said that is a very exquisite pitchfork.
Let us begin.
Dynasty, I should
Let's
say.
begin our questions. You have a question about his pitchfork? Go ahead, pose it to me.
Well, that's very interesting. How did you know I was a biology student? Listen, Professor, I was wondering if you could show us the very, very delicate chipping effects that the Azuri...
Let me right out here. Let us see.
What kind of demonstration could you show us? Now, Raj, you can see the chipping technique right there.
Wait.
That's amazing.
You guys, that's brilliant.
Look at the rippling effect down the side.
That's wonderful.
Oh my God, there are some Roman caricatures in here.
I've never noticed. We would have never discovered it. That's my dog, Dr. McCaskill.
He really is.
You're brilliant.
He's a genius. I told you, if you'd only read those books instead of sleeping in.
I think, Strothermore, that you're right.
Of course I'm right, Stone.
Look, it is the image of the Blessed Maria.
So it is.
Ah. God, that's brilliant.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
I say.
It's the Christ figure embodied in the dome. Look at that.
See, what's that? Now appears to be the Holy Grail in his hand.
It is the Grail. The Grail. The seeds.
Now, the swing technique that you use there, is that characteristic of the Missouli Indians or the Vanuli Indians?
Brilliant. This is your head.
That's brilliant. My God.
How did I got a philosopher as well? He's meant to see that.
You mallet head, these were representative of people's heads. It was kind of an icon figure for the people themselves.
Who knew that the gourd could be such an unearthing of information?
I'm speechless.
So am I. Professor, could you perhaps demonstrate now what use this gourd figure had? We have been trying to put our heads together for a number of years now. We have not found any particular function that it served for them. You? Yes, me.
My God, that is devilishly clever!
Yes,
I would never believe it if I hadn't seen it before.
and I've heard about such rituals in the northern Andes.
God, it's an icon.
I've never seen it performed though.
Unbelievable. That's what it's used for. A food device of some sort. Perhaps.
Now, where do you get all your information? Great God, where do you acquire the knowledge? How did you know these people did this?
Dr. Mushin Klafkiefer, you've never ceased to amaze me.
Oh, Dr. Mishi Muka Maka Maka Ming? I have to admit, I really am amazed at myself.
Oh, yes, Dr. Makake Portus you are brilliant!
My headache's gone!
He's discovered a physiological cure for headache.
The one point on my head that alleviates any kind of pain in the person's skull. That's brilliant! Oh, let me shake your hand, Dr. Miki Woo! You are brilliant.
Dr. Mooshausen, how can we possibly pay you for this great demonstration?
I'm utterly in awe of this man, this great man.
Dr. Mikaka tell us about this ancient sword. What purpose did it have? Was it only for battle?
I believe it was more ceremonial. You can tell.
Human sacrifices! Of course!
I can see.
I
grew out for easy sliding.
That's amazing!
Devilish clever. But I believe the actual thuggy ritual called for the sword entering the back closer to between the shoulders.
Right, it was a little bit high, I have to admit, Dr. Macaulay, you were a little off on that one. I mean, it's a bit high.
Perhaps another demonstration is in order.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yes, that's correct.
That's it, right there. Right at the bit, right there. Exactly. That's amazing. I will diagram it. Now, while they're taking their rest here, please show me how this ancient Velocigherkin was used in ancient rituals in Indonesia. Mommy! I hear you. Mommy! Trying to kidnap my mommy!
Hey, what?
You're trying to kidnap my mommy! That's very good, Dr. Mako Pop's Beep. But, in a more serious vein, let's get on with the demonstration. I mean, you haven't clearly explained yourself in this area.
Professor! That's not him.
That's not who.
Dr. Mika
No,
Uga.
of course it's
blonde hair.
How do you know Dr. Mikiko Graphics Patat? Do you know him? I've never met him in my life. This is Dr. Mikiko. I say, his acupressure is wonderful. I feel rejuvenated. Bravo! Wow, that's amazing! Congratulations! But you are actually after this community.
I stand corrected. The pain is coming back.
Doctor, please, have a seat. Let's go ahead. Professional to professional now.
Where did you get all these secrets? How did you unlock the mysteries to the Orient? How did you do it?
By Jove, that's devilishly clever.
And they call me crazy.
And in other news, the escaped lunatic, Herbert Death Bloodman, is still reported to be at large. If you do see him, do not attempt to confront him. He is very, 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 very dangerous. In fact, you could probably die if you run into him, so please avoid him. And in a related story, a seminar tonight on Oriental sciences will be held at the campus of Looney Tunes University. And now, on with our radio show. 26 hours of the best of Lawrence Welk.
And now, from the station that brought you plastic flower care, this week's edition of Masters of the Obvious.
Hello, I'm Lord Ripple. Today, on Masters of the Obvious, we will enter the realm of the unknown. Things that some people do not understand. Things that completely escape the minds of others. This and other things is our adventure and our goal of Masters of the Obvious. To treat the human mind as a special part of the body, one used well. Welcome to Masters of the Obvious.
Wait! This passage is blocked!
Masters of the Obvious.
Wait. This isn't my bedroom.
Masters of the Obvious.
Wait! This is awful heavy for just 1 week's trash.
Masters of the Obvious.
La ballot est un art d'origine francesi. Viole por qui il y a des expressions franceses dans le vocabulaire du ballot. Wait a minute, this ain't English.
Maître de l'Orient.
Say what?
That's French for Masters of the Obvious.
Wait, you're not supposed to be in here.
Sorry.
Masters of the Obvious.
Ow, my feet are killing me. Wait, my shoes are on the wrong feet.
Masters of the Obvious. Wait, you're not supposed to be in there. Masters of the Obvious.
Wait! If I didn't have these weights in my hand, I could do this all day.
Masters of the Obvious. Wait! This isn't my car! Masters of the Obvious.
Wait a second.
Every single word in this newspaper has a vowel in it.
Wait! This mail's addressed to me!
Masters of the obvious.
Wait! I can't play the piano!
Masters of the obvious.
Wait! I'm too young to drive! Masters of the obvious!
Wait! I can't take a shower without the water running.
Masters of the obvious. I hope you got the point today on this breathtaking show of Masters of the Obvious.
I'm ready!
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
I guess so.
Come on, man.
Say whoa!
Take me down where the Lord honey flows. Kiss you nice, nibble your toes. Take me down where the good stuff grows. Love you nice, tickle your nose. Good stuff, give us some of that good stuff. Good stuff, give us some of that good stuff. Good stuff, give us some of that good stuff. Good stuff, give us some of that good stuff.
The Big Dipper sure ain't big enough to hold all of your dang good stuff. So let the people say we're downright nasty. I just say we're down